Good morning, everyone. Welcome to session 2 of the career series presented by BITS Pilani Dubai campus. Today's topic is explore your life with mechanical engineering. In fact, being a mechanical engineer myself, the reason why I chose mechanical engineering during my time was because I used to love physics. But there are many more factors to take into consideration when you choose a particular stream. And that's the reason why we've launched this career series where every Sunday we're going to discuss one particular stream, one particular discipline, and we're going to bring in different stakeholders as panelists. So we're going to have a professor, we're going to have a current student, we're going to have somebody who's been placed, somebody who started up, somebody who's doing masters, and also somebody who can tell you about how to take admission in these courses. So going ahead, bringing in the panel, this whole session, we have segmented into 4 sections. The first one is course structure. We're going to talk about what course looks like. Second section is about student experience. How is your life going to be on campus if you've taken this particular course? Some courses are rigorous, some courses are moderate. So how is your life going to be? What all things you will be able to do if you've taken a particular course? And third is, what are the future options? In fact, most of you have registered with us. And when you were registering, we asked you to ask a question. And most of the questions were around future options. What is future going to be like? What are the placements like? So for that, we have kept a section. And the fourth section, which is a very important section, is how do you decide if you're going to love mechanical engineering? So these are the 4 sections, starting with the first section, course structure. All right, so bringing in our first panelist for the day, Head of Mechanical Engineering Department at BITS Pilani Dubai campus, Dr. Priyank Upadhyay. So let's get Dr. Upadhyay here. Dr. Upadhyay, my first question is for you. What is the course outline for the 4-year program of mechanical engineering at BITS Pilani Dubai campus?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Lois, for having me here. We offer a 4-year B degree in mechanical engineering. We have a credit-based semester system. That means our degree is for 8 semesters. First 2 semesters, we cover fundamental courses that are common to all departments. From the second year onwards, we start with mechanical specific courses. We have a choice-based system where students can opt for their own courses based on their interests. Students are required to complete about 120 credits of coursework. These courses are divided in 4 categories. These categories are department core courses, department electives, open electives, and humanities electives. For completion of the degree, they need to complete 16 core courses, 3 humanities, 4 department electives, and 5 open electives. Our core discipline courses are complemented with hands-on lab work as well as software training. We offer a very interesting set of electives that include rocket and aircraft propulsion, fuel cell, refrigeration and air conditioning, mechatronics, robotics, and automobiles. On the material side also, we offer composite materials and design. At the end of second year, based on their future plans, students opt for either a thesis option or an internship option. If they go with the internship, they have to complete an 8-week internship called PS1. Similarly, in their last year of degree, they spend 1 full semester, which is about 20 weeks, with a company for their PS2. Now, these 2 internships are fully arranged by our college. The students with thesis option complete their thesis work in their last semester. There's an option to do off-campus thesis as well, where the students can spend 1 semester at another foreign university and complete their research work there. The minimum graduating requirement or the CGPA is 4.5 out of 10. In addition to the basic regular program that we have, we also offer minors in robotics, wherein students can take few specialized courses related to controls and automation and robotics, and they get a minor's degree in robotics. A minor in aeronautics is also in pipeline, and hopefully by next semester, that will also be available as an option to you.
Wow, that's a really nice platter of courses. And you mentioned something about electives and PS1 and PS2 courses. Electives are, I'm guessing, the ones where a student wants to complement his core courses and would want to, figure out a minor or maybe a completely different course altogether. He wants to mix it up with any other discipline. And PS1, PS2 courses are the ones which are the internship that BITS Pilani gives with a certain set of companies. So which are the most famous? If you can tell us some names about some of the companies, which are the most famous, most in demand companies for PS1 and PS2?
Some of the companies where we have PS1 and PS2 going on are Daikin, we have Immersion, we have Unilever, we have Schindler, we have Masafi, we have Siemens, we have PwC, Petrofac, Greenleaf, Zomato, ThyssenKrupp, Manlift, Bosch, all L&T, all these companies are associated with in terms of PS. In addition to these companies for PS1 and PS2, there are companies where students apply by themselves and they get, let's say, job offers from those also.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And also you mentioned about electives. So there's a question that a student is asking. The student's name is Surya Gayatri, and she's from Chennai. And the question is, I want to be an aerospace engineer and work at a space exploring organization like ISRO or NASA. But I'm going to do mechanical engineering first and then specialize in aerospace and my MS to widen my opportunities. Do you think this is the right approach?
My suggestion for anybody who's thinking for very specialized, let's say, courses, you can start after your 12th with a more generic degree where, let's say, for example, mechanical can provide you many avenues to branch out. So it will be a better option if you stick with a wider, let's say, a course structure. And then after completing your undergraduate, you can pick up what specialized, let's say, for example, robotics or automation or aerospace or materials, anything that you can branch out from there. So I would say keep yourself open for ideas now, and then later on, after 4 years, you can go with whatever you think is of your interest.
That's great. That's great. In fact, students who are watching it right now, there's a link given in the description. Feel free to ask your questions, and we have an amazing panel to answer those. And if you can't take up your questions right now, we'll be definitely emailing you the answers. The link is right there on the description. Feel free to put it there. All right. All right. So the next panelist we have is Rachit Mishra, who's doing his master's at CMU with a specialization in robotics. And I can see a lot of students are writing, asking questions about robotics. So let's bring Rachit in. Hi, Rachit. So you've done your bachelor's in mechanical engineering from BITS Pilani, and then you moved to CMU. So I have a question for you. What are the new trends in technology, especially in mechanical engineering, that you hear about, and how has BITS Pilani Dubai campus course structure, fueled it for you?
Hi, Lloyd. So, thank you so much for your question. I believe it is really, really important for every new student out there to know what's going on in the world. As a master's student, I have actually seen a lot of mechanical engineers doing machine learning in manufacturing. I've seen them do robotics and controls that I'm actually doing. And energy, renewable energy especially, is a big topic, big hot topic in USA right now. So while these are the new trends, the old ones such as automobile is still going pretty strong. So I feel like these are the new things that are happening all the time. And BITS Pilani, it's a funny thing you asked, because I remember when I was in my undergrad, I did not know what I wanted to do my master's in. But the course structure is planned so perfectly. Yeah. Like we have so many different disciplinary subjects. I had mechatronics, gas dynamics, automobile, and rocket propulsion. And I did my research in fuel cells. So I had a wide variety of knowledge, and I got a rough idea of, okay, maybe this is what I wanted to do. And my research advisor helped me a lot decide it. That's why I'm doing robotics and controls right now.
That's great. Actually, my next question is for Samreen. Samreen, let's bring Samreen in. Samreen, during my time in college, when I did my mechanical engineering, in fact, the gender ratio was quite poor. It was almost 1:10, and in mechanical, it was even worse. So a general perception is that, women are not suited for mechanical engineering. I mean, quite a baseless perception, but that's the perception. So in fact, I'd like to hear it from you as a final year student who's studying mechanical at BITS Pilani Dubai campus. How has your experience been like, and what would you like to say over this point?
Right. So the ratio in our class is still 6 girls to 70 boys. But the outdated perception that, mechanical engineering is only for boys, it's completely, not true. Everything in mechanical engineering is achievable regardless of your gender. And women have a large amount of, opportunities as mechanical engineers. In fact, being a girl makes it easier for you to get into mechanical engineering, niches, because they value the very few amount of jobs that there are. And in the beginning, even my parents had the perception that mechanical engineering is not for girls, but now they're really happy about the opportunities that I have, and they're proud of the stream that I've chosen.
That's a good answer. Next up, we have Tarun Krishna. He studied mechanical engineering at BITS Pilani Dubai campus, and after that, he started up his own company. So let's bring Tarun in. Tarun, in this segment of understanding the course structure, I'd like to ask you, what's your favorite course, or what was your favorite course rather, when you were studying in BITS Pilani Dubai campus?
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you, Lohit, for having me here. That's a really interesting question. Thank you for that. I think I can answer this question in like two parts, like one mainly on the core electives and then for the humanities. I really enjoyed the hands-on experience for practical courses that included the mechanical engineering workshop lab, and then the prime movers and fluid mechanics was amazing. The heat transfer lab. So all of these courses where there was a lot of physical, practical work that was involved. And for the humanities electives, I would go with cross-cultural skills, business communication, and public effective speaking, and really enjoyed these lessons there.
All right, great. I can see a lot of students are joining in. More than 400 students have joined in right now, and a lot of questions coming in. So, in fact, this question I'd like to shoot to Ms. Nahid. Ms. Nahid, in this pandemic situation, what are the changes that you're expecting in the curriculum and the content delivery?
Well, Lohit, the global threat of this pandemic led us to adapt to several innovative ways of teaching and learning. This was sometime in early March. And I would say BITS Pilani's transition to online learning was seamless because BITS Pilani had already invested into many good online platforms. And for lectures, we mostly use the online platform Impartus. And as you know, we offer only engineering programs, and most of the courses have a practical component to it, laboratories. So we had to conduct this as well online. So we conducted practical classes and laboratories through Platify, virtual and remote labs. So here there was a provision in these remote labs, there was a provision wherein the students could remotely control the equipments in the lab and change the parameters and conduct and complete experiments from their homes. So this was possible, and the students already actually got to experience these laboratories as well. Coming to the exams, as you know, many universities are yet to complete their examinations, but BITS Pilani Dubai has successfully completed its semester end exam, the comprehensive exam, very recently through different tests and assessment platforms very efficiently, and I would say maintaining the sanctity in conduct of the examinations intact. So this was one of a very good achievement for us. And we also had access, the students also had access to the e-library portal, which our library had facilitated for these students, which had more than 700 titles of ebooks available to them. And coming to mechanical engineers, they also have remote access to over 6,000 e-journals from online databases, including the most popular ASME digital collection, which is exclusively for mechanical engineers. It's Association of American Society of Mechanical Engineers, and they do also have access to this. Having said all this, I would like to say that Dubai has successfully contained the spread of the virus with some very efficient and quick response to this outbreak. Life has got back to normal now in Dubai, and 100% operations have started in almost all sectors. We actually plan to start the next semester on 1st September as planned. So with live classes, keeping all the safety and precautionary measures in place. For those students who are outside the country, outside UAE, in case the international travel doesn't resume, there is some restrictions still in place, then we would commence with online classes. But in any case, we are not going to delay the semester. Our next academic year will resume on 1st September.
That's great. So all the students who are graduating from grade 12, now you have the date when it's starting, you already know. So in case you're interested to know about the admission process and scholarship, feel free to put in your details in the link which is given in the description, and the team will reach out to you. All right, now that you know what all courses are there, how it looks like, I am really curious, how rigorous is the student life, and what all other things can students do on campus? What are the opportunities like? What are the internships like? What are the research like? What is in general student club departments like? All right, so calling in the first panelist again for this particular segment, Dr. Priyank Upadhyay. Dr. Upadhyay, can you tell us a little bit about the infrastructure available on campus at BITS Pilani Dubai campus where students can do things for mechanical engineering?
It's an interesting question. BITS Pilani Dubai question has an extensive array of equipment that support the teaching learning process as well as research activities. To name a few labs that we have here, in the manufacturing and design segment, we have composite manufacturing lab, we have an additive manufacturing lab, and the conventional workshop and production techniques lab. And to complement whatever design that we have made in these labs, we need to test those. So we have a separate material testing lab for that. On the thermal and fluid side, we have a fluid magnetics lab, we have a prime movers lab where you can test all the, let's say, engines there, and we have a heat transfer lab as well there. We also have a separate robotics and automation lab that has a 6TUF robot which we procured from Taltech. We also have a very well equipped computer simulation lab where we have more than 100 computers, and we have a wide range of softwares. To name a few, in design, we have AutoCAD, we have CATIA. For the analysis part, we have Abacus, ANSYS, and Digimat. For the dynamics related problems, we have MATLAB, we have MSc Adams. For manufacturing and to see the fits and tolerances, we have DFX and eSpirit. And on the thermal and fluid side, we have Automation Studio, which is for fluid power systems, and Ricardo, which is for transmission analysis. So we provide a lot of hands-on experience as well as a lot of software training that really complements the theory or the classroom teaching that we have here.
This sounds really, really exciting. I have some students asking questions. Arun Ojha here from Solan is asking, I'm keen in designing cars. Should I pursue mechanical? So I'll extend this question a little more. So for students, and I see a lot of students asking a similar kind of question where they're really interested in design. So what are the kind of facilities you have where students like Arun could actually put their interest?
We have, let's say, multiple clubs here in the department. These are fully, let's say, controlled and operated by students. So they design their own cars so that they can go and participate in competitions, not only in UAE, but they can go outside as well. And we have had, let's say, a really good performance from these clubs. And the interesting aspect there is the students, they not only design and make these cars, but they also look for funding so that they take up that whole project as if it's their own company. So department has, let's say, a financial support available to them, but they go and then they find their own funding. And they complete the whole process of acquiring the money to making the car, designing and doing anything. These competitions that we have every year, they are posed with a new terrain and new requirements that you need to design your car for. And the students work in a team day and night here in our labs, and they come up with new designs every year. When somebody, let's say, visiting Dubai campus, we can give them a tour here in our lab where we have displayed these cars in the campus.
Wow, wow. Okay, what are the research facilities that are available? Because a lot of students might want to go into research. So what are the research facilities that are available for mechanical engineering graduates?
For research, I would say we have a higher degree master's and a PhD program that's running in our department. Usually the undergraduate students that are there, they assist these seniors, and in that process they learn a lot of things. Students also go for off-campus thesis so that they can explore whatever facilities that we do not have here. They can go and learn those things from other universities. We have a lot of MOUs signed up with other universities. So those options are also open. We organize international conferences every year within our department, and you can check it up online. There's one conference, IMMT, and one conference is iCraft. We organize every alternate year, and students are encouraged to present their work in these conferences. We also send our students to participate in various research competitions that are happening in UAE or outside. I have sent a couple of students in Expo Live, and there's a undergraduate research competition that happens here, and there was a solar decathlon that happened here last year. So all these competitions that come up here, or let's say a paper presentation or a poster presentation, our students go a lot there and participate. One of our panelists, Samreen, she worked with me in her third year. I advised her for machining of composites, and then she went and presented a poster presentation in one of the competitions. So that's the kind of, let's say, engagement we have when it comes to research for undergraduates.
That's amazing. Seems like a lot of opportunities are right there for those who are opting for mechanical engineering at BITS Pilani Dubai campus. So that's a lot of infra and a lot of things that you can do on campus. So let's bring Rachit in. Rachit, going back to your times, which were your favorite courses and what all did you do on campus?
I actually loved being on campus because I had such amazing group of friends. I remember being in sports complex all the time and playing badminton. I remember professors coming in after all the classes were done. And as a hostel student, I have this advantage over everyone else that I get to be on campus 24/7. And there were so many times I would play badminton with Priyank sir, which is pretty cool. And BPDC has one of the biggest fields for football and cricket. So we are doing all the sports. We have cricket nets, which is very rare in Dubai. When it comes to courses, I love my thermodynamics. I love my mathematical classes, but I also had fun with most of the humanitarian courses and open lectures that we had. And also, I loved my research, which was on fuel cells, thanks to my professor. So everything, the whole experience at BPDC is really good.
All right. So Rachit, so you didn't find the course very rigorous. You found it a smooth sail?
Being at BPDC is definitely not a cheesecake. We are always challenged continuously, whether it's through presentations or tests. If I remember correctly, every course has 2 tests, 2 quizzes, and a final compre. So we are challenged, but we are challenged accordingly. And the best part is when I came to CMU, I never felt nervous while giving exams or giving up presentations because I was so used to giving them at BPDC all the time.
Wow, that's amazing. All right. Campus sounds fun. Let's get Samreen in. Let's ask her how she been feeling. So, Samreen, so how has your experience been on campus? What are the club? I already know that you are in the F6 club, which is the car design club. Which other clubs and departments are you a part of? And how is in general the campus life like if you've chosen mechanical engineering?
So when you've taken mechanical engineering, it's really easy for you to enjoy as well as focus on your studies, because even though the professors give you lots of assignments, they give you enough time so that you can understand and assimilate the information into your head and then submit it later on. So you're not rushing towards deadlines. We have actually a lot of really cool events at college. So in each of the semesters of every year, we have big events. They're one of the biggest events in Dubai in universities. There's one called BITS Sports Festival, which, you have all sorts of sports. You have basketball, football, cricket, everything. And then in the next semester, you have something called Jashan, where, it's cultural activities. You have drama, you have dance, singing, fashion. It's really involved. So you get to enjoy every aspect of your college life.
That's true. That's actually true. So even in my experience, there are a lot of clubs and departments that we all got to participate. In fact, even initiate. So apart from all the all these skills that you get to show, there is one more quality which is around leadership that you get to build. In fact, which is probably the reason why the students from BITS Pilani are able to go into so many different streams, like starting up or joining a job and taking up a managerial position. So that's great. Okay, so that was great, Samreen. Lots of clubs and departments. It seems like a fun time on BITS Pilani. Let's bring in Tarun here. Tarun, during your time on campus, what are the soft skills that you picked up? And what are the things that the BITS Pilani course offered for you to be able to start up on your own?
Great question. So I think I'm going to draw inspiration from my previous answer here, highlighting on the fact that the program really gives you the flexibility to add courses based on your interests and preferences, right? And using this particular coursework, you can automatically build up your communication skills, let it be either effectively communicating with people or identifying and tackling all the barriers to communication, decision-making skills, leadership skills. These are just a couple of these soft skills that were picked up throughout those humanities electives and more. And the best part is we have a club called CIIED, which is the Center for Incubation and Innovation for Entrepreneurship, right? So this club really helped us take our ideas go to exhibitions, go to conferences, and pretty much go to startup events and pitch it out there. So that really helped us as well.
All right, the campus experience seems really fun. So at this time, I'd like to ask a question to Ms. Nahid Afshan, who's the Senior Manager Admissions at BITS Pilani Dubai. Ms. Afshan, you've been actually associated with BITS Pilani Dubai since its inception, which is more than 15 years, I guess. How many years would that be?
20 years.
Okay. So I'd like to ask you, what do you think distinguishes BITS Pilani? Because the students and all the other sessions that we have done, the students have really good things to say. So what distinguishes BITS Pilani from other campuses and other institutes?
Well, there are several factors, but if I have to speak or pick on some top ones, I would say most certainly the world-class curriculum, the superior teaching, the state-of-the-art labs, as Dr. Priyank has just spoken about them, including the creative lab, which is available with 24/7 access to all our students. So all this does not only make the learning process intellectually challenging and stimulating for our students, but also gives them plenty of room for innovation and research. And we are the only institute in this region who exclusively deal with engineering education. So other top factor, I would say, definitely is the strategic location of this campus, which gives that much needed global exposure to our students. Dubai is an international business and education hub and a strategic base to hundreds of global companies. And most of them have, many of them, I would say, have a collaboration with us. More than 300 companies are collaborated with us. And there are also several universities from around the world who have set up a campus here in Dubai. So students get to interact with professors, industry experts, and seasoned professionals across the spectrum. And finally, I would like to say that most recently, we're very pleased to in fact tell you that the Knowledge and Human Development Authority, which is the Dubai's regulatory authority for education here, in partnership with QS, has awarded a 5-star rating to BITS Pilani Dubai campus based on 4 core categories, that is teaching, research, employability, and internationalization. So this is another feather in our cap.
You can see a lot of students joining in, and a lot of you have been asking questions around the future options, especially the placement. So let me bring Ms. Nahid Afshan again. Ms. Afshan, what is the placement scenario like at BITS Pilani for mechanical engineering course?
Well, Lohit, we commenced mechanical way back, I think, in 2003. And first batch of graduates were graduated around 2007. And since then, we have had excellent placements. And as per last year's statistics, I would say about 70% students get placed in top companies within 6 months from their graduation. Our students get employed as design engineers, production engineers, project engineers, quality assurance engineers, all this and more. And I would say even way back in 2007, leading companies such as Petrofac recruited our students for a salary as high as 150,000 dirhams per annum, which is about 30 lakh Indian rupees. So the starting packages have been quite high. In fact, currently it stands at around 200,000 dirhams per annum, which is about INR 40 lakhs. The best of companies have been coming over for placements, and last year we had Schindler, Otis, Daikin, Johnson Controls, Siemens, Emerson, Mitsubishi Elevators, and many more who came to recruit from us. In fact, this has become a popular ground for many corporates, especially for mechanical engineers. They prefer this campus for recruitment.
Great. So, of course, after graduating from mechanical engineering, there are multiple ways you can go. You could take up a job, you could go for higher studies, or there's an amazing lucrative option that has come up in last decade, which is starting up your own company. And we have an entrepreneur with us, Tarun. So let's bring Tarun, and he can guide us on what exactly should one do, and what is this option of entrepreneurship like after graduating from mechanical engineering.
Yeah, great question there, Lohit. So, starting up a business is definitely one of the options right after you graduate, right? Because you've been put through this program, you have the incubator, which really helps you take an idea, know what you really need to do, and take it forward by applying to incubators, to applying to accelerators. And even when I was there back in BITS Pilani, we had been a part of the HALT Prize, which was one of the world's largest social entrepreneurship programs. we were very fortunate to be a part of the regional finalists over there. So having this sort of a space that includes like Creative Lab, right? The Creative Lab is, a newly built facility where you have the most latest hardware and software that you require. For example, like 3D printers, they have complete state-of-the-art infrastructure for softwares, etc. So we, as as young entrepreneurs, were able to really leverage on these options that were available at the Creative Lab, and we pretty much spent most of our times there. I had my team, who helped me throughout this whole journey. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the night, the Creative Lab is always open for you. You pretty much go there, zone out in your own world of creating something really beneficial for others. So that's mainly the biggest advantage, I would say, and having the platform, really.
Great. Also, Tarun, there's this whole perception that mechanical engineering is about cars, it's about automotives. And of course, you're somebody who has studied mechanical, but then has taken up a path very different from what otherwise would have been perceived. So, would you want to tell people how you got inspired to start up on your own, especially in this in the travel sector? And what are the other opportunities that lies ahead of the students who are doing mechanical engineering?
Yes, great question again, Lohit. I think one of the most important things that I would say is mechanical gives you the fundamentals to pretty much build anything. Let it be in the healthcare sector or environmental sector, food production. Anywhere you go, you need to have mechanical, because that's the forefront of developing technologies, developing new technologies. And even in our travel space, thinking about building some sort of products that's relating, you need to have those basics of mechanical, which would really help you build those physical, products, right? So I would say that the opportunities are just not limited, for you to go to a job or higher studies. To definitely use them, use these new technologies, and build your own startup, which can take you even further ahead.
Also, what should be the career path for a mechanical engineering graduate to reach the higher management positions?
Well, I would say there are a whole lot of ways to reach higher management positions, but I will talk about one structured and well-defined route, and that is called the Graduate Development Program. So most big companies have a graduate development program. It's basically a job opportunity for fresh graduates. It is extremely competitive. So I would advise students in the final year of their graduation to look at these graduate programs, to take them seriously, because it's well structured, it's well defined. The company takes the responsibility of training you and positioning you in a way where you are more suitable to take up those managerial roles.
Okay, another very on-demand option is to go for masters. So we have Rachit here with us, who's doing his masters at CMU with a specialization in robotics. So let's bring Rachit in. So Rachit, I'll ask you during your time in college in BITS Pilani Dubai campus. So which were the courses that you really loved, and what motivated you, to go for masters in robotics?
First of all, I think all the professors at BITS are always motivating you to pursue academics. And also, BITS makes sure that all the students have to undergo internships or thesis, which gives them a rough idea what they want to pursue in life. I remember doing my PS2 internship and realizing that maybe I didn't want to do this for a really long term and I wanted to study a bit more and gain more knowledge. Also, my research advisor always provided me with all the support I needed. And as I mentioned before, taking all interdisciplinary courses at BITS helped me develop that interest towards robotics and controls. And I knew this is what I wanted to do.
That's nice. So what are the things that you did on campus? Is there any moment when you realize that this is it, this is what I want to do? Do you recall any such moment?
Yeah, I remember during my undergrad when I finished my research, and BITS took us to this undergraduate research competition at Abu Dhabi. I remember being there. I remember being in front of so many people, and there were so many people appreciating what you're actually doing, what you're actually pursuing in life. And I remember this is an amazing feeling, and I feel like I can get so much out of it, and not just have to work, but maybe do something more meaningful that I believed in. So yeah,
Right.
that was one moment.
Were you part of any of these, clubs, the mechanical related clubs on campus? Or did
I was
anything
actually
specific?
a part of ASME,
Mhm.
and we organized the events and everything. And my really close friend, who's actually in biomedical, he was a part of a biomedical club, and I would always help him out because that club was so much fun. So all the clubs, whether it's biomedical, mechanical, CS, or civil, they all are always together at BPDC, and they're always taking our help because everyone loves to participate in so many events that are happening all the time. Where they call it, I don't remember all of them exactly, but I remember a few. One is, I'm actually missing out the name, but there are like a lot of events happening all the time.
Okay.
So
All right. That's good. Sounds good. All right. With so many opportunities being discussed here for a mechanical engineering graduate, let's go to Samreen, who is actually the final year student at BITS Pilani Dubai, and ask her what are her future options like. So, Samreen, what are you planning to do after graduation, and how has BITS Pilani Dubai campus been helpful in charting that future for you?
Well, I plan to continue my studies and finish a PhD in aerospace.
Wow.
Because I want to become a professor eventually. That's my aim.
Mhm.
So that's what I want to do. And my professors have actually been really helpful, not in just, teaching me and making me fall in love with the world of engineering, but with also helping me with my applications, helping me with my recommendation letters, making me confident with everything that I have studied. And two such wonderful professors, Shashank sir and Priyank sir, have been by my side through all my difficulties faced. I have written a paper with Shashank sir. I have done multiple conferences with Priyank sir. So it's been really great. The faculty really supports your endeavors.
Right. So, which are the universities you're planning to apply to?
University of California, 4 campuses. So I'll be applying to Riverside, San Diego, Irvine, and Los Angeles.
That's awesome. All the best.
Thank you.
Now that you know the course structure, now that you know the student life and also the future options, I'm sure you must all be very excited about mechanical engineering. I'm so excited. So I've already done my mechanical engineering. Here is a very, very important question. As a student who's in grade 12 and graduating grade 12, how do you decide whether mechanical engineering is the best fit for you? And so I bring in the panel again. The first person I would like to call here is Ms. Nahid Afshan, who's the Senior Manager Admissions at BITS Pilani Dubai campus. So Ms. Afshan, first of all, can you share with us what is the eligibility criteria like for BITS Pilani's mechanical engineering course?
Okay. Coming to the eligibility criteria, students, our eligibility is only based on your performance in the grade 12 examination. Since we recruit students from all over the world, we do not have an admission test. For seeking admission in BITS Pilani, you don't need an admission test. It's only based on your grade 12 marks. So what we look for is a minimum overall aggregate of 60% to apply. Once you apply, a merit list is prepared in the descending order of your aggregate, and the top students get admission. We have about 100 seats available in mechanical engineering, and the top 100 students end up getting the admission. I would say this year, any aggregate about 70% is almost certain of getting admission. So you can go ahead and apply. And one different aspect this year which happened was due to the delayed results, we started extending provisional admissions to students based on their 10th and 11th grade performances. And the same will be confirmed after you get your 12th grade results in July. So you can go ahead and apply and get your provisional admission. And it could get confirmed once you get your grade 12 marks. All recognized school boards are accepted, like the CBSE, ICSE, all state boards of India, plus all international boards such as IB, American board, UK boards. All these are accepted by BITS Pilani, and we have an equivalent system in place to admit all. There's no admission test, so you don't have to take up any admission test, even the BITSAT, for admission to BITS Pilani Dubai. And now coming to the scholarships, we have several merit-based scholarships. We have a very competitive fee structure. You can get to see the fee structure on our admission bulletin. It's available on our website. And we have a lot of scholarships, and many of them are merit-based. At the entry level, I would say we have broadly about 3 merit-based scholarships. One based on your grade 12 marks, second based on your BITSAT scores, and 3 based on your PBISC rank. PBISC is a pre-board examination which was conducted for some students in India. So if you have appeared for that and are among the top 1,000 rank holders there, then you will be eligible for a scholarship based on PBISC. So the BITSAT and PBISC scholarships are in the range of 25% to 75% based on your score or rank, whereas the 12th grade scholarships are in the range of 15% to 40%. So any student scoring above 80% in the grade 12 is sure to get a scholarship in the first year. So the scholarship continues in the second and subsequent years based on your performance in the institute, based on your CGPA which you achieve at the institute. But the entry-level scholarship is valid for 1 full year. There are also some very attractive hostel concessions in place. So students who secure above 80% in the 12th standard can also get to avail hostel concession up to 25% on the hostel fee. So it's very, very attractive. It's also possible for you all to combine 2 scholarships as long as they don't exceed 50% of the tuition fee. For example, if you're getting, say, a 85% in 12th standard, for which you get 15%, you get about 249 in BITSAT, you get a 25% there as well. So you can combine the 25% with the 15%, and you can actually take up 40% scholarship in the first year. So such combinations are possible. So please go ahead and apply.
Thank you for the answer, Ms. Afshan. I can see a lot of students are getting extremely excited. So guys, in case you want to apply to BITS Pilani Dubai campus and you want this information which Ms. Afshan gave, in fact, there are a lot of scholarships and all these criteria. So you can put your details on the link which is there in the description, and we'll send you the prospectus and all the details to you. If you want to also appear for the scholarship exam, you will need to fill up those details there on that particular link, and we'll reach out to you. Thank you, Ms. Afshan. Thank you for the answer. Let's go to Atyab and ask him, Atyab, what kind of skills would serve beneficial to excel in mechanical engineering? So what should the grade 12 students be thinking about if they really want to take up mechanical engineering and excel in that?
Firstly, I would say that they should be good at mathematics and physics. If these 2 subjects are something students find easy, then probably they'll find mechanical engineering easy, because mechanical engineering has a lot of mathematics inside it. Apart from that, there's a whole lot that you are going to explore. So as long as people are open-minded, they have the ability to reason, they want to break things, learn new things, they'll find it a good fit, mechanical engineering.
All right. So at this time, I'd like to bring in Samreen. Samreen, now that you're just graduating and you've just finished your courses, I wanted to ask you, what do you think a student should be preparing with right now if they want to, take up mechanical engineering after grade 12? So what should they focus on, especially during this COVID lockdown? Students have some time in their hand. So do you think they should brush up some of these skills that will help them during mechanical engineering course?
Yeah, well, it's always nice to, be prepared with concepts that you've studied till now in school. But there isn't anything that the college does not teach when you need it. So supposing you need to, use a software, the college will teach you in, 2 hours of lab every week. So you really don't have to stress out and study or, learn anything in this free time. All you need to do is have the willpower to, ace what you're doing and be interested in what you're doing.
That's a beautiful answer. All you need to be prepared with is willpower. That's very encouraging. Thank you, Samreen. Okay, carrying it forward, let's go to Rachit and bring Rachit in. All right, Rachit. So now let me take you back to your grade 12. Were you clear that you wanted to do mechanical? And if not, then what information would you need to be able to decide? And even for, as you mentioned, how it struck for you, the mechanical engineering course struck for you, and then you decided to pursue it further for masters. So how would a student who's in grade 12 right now be able to decide if mechanical engineering is the best fit for them?
No, Lloyd sir, absolutely not. I was never clear that I wanted to do my mechanical. I still remember being at the college gates and wondering whether I wanted to do CS or should I do mechanical or what should I exactly do. I believe I would just tell people that, hey, as long as you want to explore things, as long as you're creative, you can always come from mechanical, because mechanical gives you such a wide variety of knowledge. If you're a mechanical, you can easily do coding. You can easily work with electrical components as well. And I know a lot of people feel that mechanical is just about thermodynamics or designing. It is actually not. It is way more than that as well. I'm a mechanical student doing my master's in robotics and controls, and I'm coding. I do electrical as well. And yeah, designing is there, but I'm doing almost everything.
Right. That's true. I mean, I think one cannot be restricted to a particular discipline, and now it's the world of interdisciplines. Makes a lot of sense. In fact, I'd like to shoot a question to you, which is asked by Ajay Shankar from Kolkata, and he's asking the prospects for mechanical engineering vis-a-vis AI, robotics, computer science. So, yeah, would you like to take that?
Totally. Artificial intelligence and robotics is the thing, and mechanical engineers are actually doing it. I'm one of the examples. When I came to CMU, my first very course was machine learning and artificial intelligence, and my future internship is going to be in machine learning as well. So as long, I believe mechanical engineers have this edge over all the other engineers, is that we can almost switch our fields anytime and do one thing particularly at any moment. A computer engineer won't be able to do machine learning and manufacturing as a mechanical engineer can do. So I think that gives an edge.
Yeah. In fact, when we were talking backstage, you just mentioned that you've just given an interview for internship. So I'd like to wish you all the best for the results. All right. All right. I can see a lot of questions coming in. So I think I'll call Dr. Priyank Upadhyay. Dr. Upadhyay, I'm getting questions. Deepu Paul is asking how mechanical engineering education can be connected with interest in biology. Which specialization career path can allow for this? Then, in fact, we'll club these questions together. Sri Katyayani is asking, I've heard many people saying mechanical is wholly based on thermodynamics. And if you're not interested in that, then what are the views? Okay. All right. So, yeah, let's go with this. What would you say? Mechanical with biology and thermo.
Okay, so the first question about biology, we have a compulsory course here in BITS, that's in the first year, which gives you a lot of ideas about biology. And when you think in terms of the future, after you complete your mechanical engineering course here, you can always look for options which are related to biomechanics. In terms of applications, you can look for implants, or you can look for cardiovascular stents that we have, or you can look for as simple as sports equipment. All these areas, they are going to look at the amount of forces that are developed in the system or the longevity of those implants that you are applying there. So unless you have a good sound knowledge of how things work from a mechanical point of view, you will not be able to design these medical applications in an efficient and a better way. So that's where your bio and mechanical can be clubbed together to come up with smart ideas for medical applications. Your second question was about thermodynamics. That's a really false assumption there, that the mechanical degree is only for thermodynamics, because if you look at the core courses that we have here, those 16 courses are equally divided into three segments. One is your design part, second one is your manufacturing part, and third one is your thermal and fluids. So it's not that only thermal is there. So even when you talk about thermal and fluid parts, which is 1/3 of your course, there also you have a subdivision which is thermal and fluids. So I would say that this is not true at all, and there will be a variety of courses ranging from let's say mechanics of solids to dynamics of machines to dynamics and vibration and manufacturing production techniques. So there's a wide variety of courses that you have to do, not only thermodynamics.
Right. I think these were very informative questions and very informative answer. Also, Dr. Upadhyay, there's one more question by Rajesh Jindal from Ludhiana. He is asking, I have many questions, but can you please tell me something about mechatronics? I checked that mechatronics is not an IIT, so I just want to know if mechatronics engineering worth and where is it available and procedure to study it. Okay.
Yeah. So my idea is that I don't think mechatronics is as developed as at this point to have a full-fledged degree in mechatronics. So even if they offer a degree in mechatronics, it's going to be a couple of courses at the end of your degree, and everything else will be picked up from mechanical engineering itself. So it's just a name that they are giving to that degree, but everything is coming from mechanical engineering degree. And that we are already covering here, because we are giving you a mechanical degree. And on top of that, you can sign up for that minors, where you do 3 or 4 more courses, and you will have a minor in robotics. So you are going to have a degree in mechanical and a minor in robotics.
Right. That's a good answer. Thank you, Dr. Upadhyay. Wow, what a session! So informative. I'm really happy to be a part of this career series, because frankly, when during my time when we were choosing which stream to go for, there was not much information available. And even now, when there are career counselors, there is theoretical information available. But right now, with these kind of panelists, there's this real candid response that you get. I'm really thankful to all our panelists who were able to make time from different countries, coming in together during a pandemic and helping our grade 12 students who are graduating this year. And to all the grade 12 students, the link is below on YouTube. Please fill it up in case you're interested to know about the admission process and scholarship details, or if you want to ask any particular question regarding mechanical engineering from any of our panelists, and we'll be happy to shoot a response to you over the email. Really thankful to all the panelists for making the time, and I hope grade 12 students, this was helpful to you. Be prepared for the next session, which is going to come up next Sunday with another stream. Till then, bye-bye.